In South Wales, drug crime figures are rocketing. That may seem like bad news, but according to the police, it's a measure of the success they're having in the war on drugs. They've stepped up the fight by targeting the dealers with special cops in unmarked police cars.
See where money? No, actually.
PC Buster Becker and his partner PC Richie Morgan are the Interceptors.
Come off, go straight back on. Try and do it.
Prowling the motorways around Swansea, cutting off the city's supply of drugs.
Back against that wall, mate. Back against that wall.
They take the mission to push up the figures personally.
I feel quite strongly that drugs in the South Wales area plays a large part in organised crime, and if we can target and deal with that type of criminal, then other levels of crime will fall.
The Interceptors are in position on an M4 slip road to look out for a black Ford Escort coming their way. While they wait, there's time for Buster to practice his karaoke.
Hey, I wanna be a rock star.
Hey, I wanna be a rock star.
It's not an orthodox place to wait, but it's a good place to wait. We'll be there about between half an hour and an hour.
Because that's what? Yeah.
And then lo and behold, the car drove past us.
The car belongs to a dealer who's on his way home from picking up a consignment of drugs.
We then requested some assistance from a marked unit,
What is the call, please?
which was another roads policing unit, and Laura was happy to give us some assistance.
If the dealer makes a run for it, it'll be Laura's job to catch him, but she's still some way away.
You don't have to go like stinking, you're attached to the incident anyway, so no problem.
I was 2 junctions away from a motorway, so once I had the call to go, I had to go and make ground pretty quick.
If you can, just keep your blues off on your progress.
You just got to try and get your way through traffic as safe as you can.
Just for information now, the vehicle is now moving to lane 1, speed 70. Lane 1, Buster.
Yeah, powered over the onset now.
Just trying to just get there as quick as I can without making too much of a song and a dance about it.
Near side indication is off, Fabian Way. Slow down, Buster.
And then as luck will have it, then he just turned off the motorway onto Fabian Way.
The marked car's not going to be needed to chase after the dealer. For some reason, he's stopping on his own accord.
Get behind you, Buster. Make ground, Laura, make ground.
Perhaps he doesn't have any drugs after all. Or maybe he thinks they won't be found.
When the car stopped, I think our thoughts generally turned to the fact that, was he aware that we were behind him? And if he was aware, was he doing something to get rid of that evidence that we were looking for?
The man's unlucky. He's been pulled by cops who know him and all his tricks.
If you've got someone who thinks there's a substantial amount of drugs in them, you've got to keep their hands by them, because the last thing you want is them chucking on a drain, over a hedge, into their mouth, put it in places he shouldn't put it.
The man is being handcuffed to make sure those places aren't accessible.
I'm going to take you to Neath Police Station, okay, for the purpose of a search under the Misuse of Drugs Act, okay? Okay, mate? All right? You're not going to be left alone. One of us will stay with you throughout the journey, okay? And everything will be kept sterile, okay? All right?
They were just speaking to the driver when I got there, just placing him in handcuffs, to keep his hands in sight. Didn't want him trying to discard anything or hurt them.
A favourite drug dealer's trick of the trade is to make sure a small amount of drugs is easy to find.
In the ashtray, the front ashtray of the car, you cover the glass pipe with a brown liquid.
Smoke and mirrors aren't enough to put the cops off the scent though. The car's going to be torn apart at the police station.
The car's going to come underneath, mate.
We wanted to get the dog to go into the car to check. We don't want a dog running around on a dual carriageway, so we took the car back to Neath.
PC Morgan knows only too well some of the dirty tricks drug dealers will stoop to.
I could smell excrement, and that led me to believe that he may have concealed some of the drugs within his person.
If he has, the man's in deep trouble.
We've had numerous cases where we've had to deal with people who've done that. I think they sometimes feel it's the safest way to transport quantity of controlled.
Right. So
I kept the old policy because the new policy has to stay in the garage.
Right. What's your name again, sorry?
Tony Hoff.
Despite what he thinks, his certificate isn't worth the paper it's written on.
He had a licence. He couldn't prove he was insured. Obviously, giving me an insurance certificate 12 months out of date is not the best sort of way to prove you've got insurance.
All right there?
Yeah.
I'll grab all the details then. And this young man here is?
Paul.
Paul what?
Matthews.
When I looked into the car, there was a bottle of methadone in the driver's side door pocket. It was in a sort of chemist's bag, but there was an indication then that somebody was perhaps a drugs user.
The methadone is the driver's. It's prescribed to addicts to help them get off heroin.
Is the warning marker possession of heroin?
You're using now at the moment?
No, I'm on methadone.
On methadone,
yeah. I'm doing profit on about 2 zone, yeah. Doing really good, I am.
Who lives down here then?
The man's got 3 passengers and a dog. One of them is a hitchhiker he's just picked up. Apparently.
So why are you in here then? If
He's wanted for minor road traffic offences.
There's more intelligence on the computer. The driver's wanted for dodging court for previous driving offences.
Hold your hands up, fella.
There's no escape this time.
Once the cuffs are on, they know that's end of sports for them. There's nothing worse than obviously not searching them properly, handcuffing them. They manage to get something out of their pockets and bury it behind the seat on the carpet.
What about my son? What about my son?
Driving with no insurance means the man's car is going to be seized immediately. Not good news for 2 of his passengers, his son and his friend.
I think he's more concerned about how his son was going to get back to Swansea, because obviously his son had the dog and his friend as well. But I should have thought about that before setting off in that heap.
Well, you can't prove it's insured. That's where it's got to be seized.
It's out of order.
All right.
They've got the generator now through your mail. If you want to go ahead with the details,
Only this way, isn't
Yes, there is. I've got a family, do you know what I mean?
get these checks sorted out now.
Oh, well, I don't care. I'm not going nowhere, am I?
I checked the people in the car, according to the details they'd given me. Everybody checked out, apart from the person who was sitting in the rear on the left-hand side of the vehicle.
Who's the fella now? The inside rear passenger. What's his name? Dan.
Well, yeah, that's why I know him.
Yeah. What's his name then?
That's what I know, mate.
Where's he from?
This area, as far as I know.
Dan is Paul, the hitchhiker.
Come to my house.
All right, fella. What's your name again now?
Paul Matthews.
Right. Your name's not Paul, is it?
Of course it is. So what's my name?
That's not what the driver says.
What did you say my name?
Just tell me your name's Daniel.
That's what you call
Right, jump out then, Daniel.
That's my missus coming right now. You can
Keep
check
your
me
hands
if you
on the
want,
roof of
innit?
the car, fella.
Hey, Leanne, hurry up. Because they don't believe my name.
Keep your hands where I can see them up on the roof of the
Alright,
car.
go
All I
on.
want to do is just
Search
spin
me.
around then. And just
Yeah.
keep your hands on the roof of the
They're
car.
searching me and also they don't believe my name, lad.
The alarm bell started ringing there that this guy gave me false details.
What's your name then?
Paul. But my missus told him that. Everyone calls me Dan, innit? D, innit?
Why do they call you Dan then?
Because that's my name, innit?
Hang on, keep your hands up, keep your hands
Sorry,
up, fella.
that's my nickname.
How much money you got there, mate?
I got about, altogether on me about 180. Got to buy the baby stuff, I just had the baby, you know.
Okay. So you're living down here with your girl, yeah?
My baby mother lives there. I come to visit, that's why I'm coming to see my baby mother over there. Like, I ain't did nothing wrong with that.
Just have a look in his bag then.
Ideally looking for some ID or some form of, whether it's a license of credit card, debit card with his name on.
He's told me his name's Paul Matthews.
It might well be.
Julian Evans.
Yeah, that's Julian. The only 2 I really know is him.
The baby mother, the mother of the man's child, has arrived. She might possibly know who he is.
Excuse me. Oh yeah. Are you his other half, are you? What's his name now?
Paul Matthews.
Okay. What's his date of birth?
I don't know his name really.
What's his address in Barry?
I don't know, seriously, I don't know.
She don't know my address.
How long have you lived at 22, mate?
About a couple of weeks we've been there.
He gave me an address in Barry on one of the main streets there. So I made a note of that, did a quick voters check, and that came back as a cash converter's shop premises. So that quite clearly wasn't where he was living.
Right, we'll have to confirm your identity, mate, before you can go. So is there anything with your name and address on in your house?
Nothing. I don't got no ID. I haven't did it. Tell me what I've done wrong and then I can understand what the problem is.
I just obviously want to check you out. Have you been in trouble with
I don't
police
live
at
with
all?
her. Do you know what I mean?
You just told me you're living with your missus.
No, I goes, that's my baby mother's house. I goes, I come to visit her.
Yeah.
That's all I said to you. When you stopped me the first time, I goes, I'm going over there to my baby mother to come visit my baby mother, innit? I got my computer in my bag to chill for a bit.
Okay.
Because I haven't seen her for a little while.
What's your name now, man? What? It was quite clear to me that this guy had something to hide. It was just a case of getting to the bottom of that from there on out. Just don't go anywhere until I've sorted this out, eh?
What's the crack with him, mate? Where'd you know him from? I picked him up from Barry then.
Right.
And I thought he lived round here, that's all.
So, how did you come by giving him a lift to Barry?
He was walking back along the road. That's what I mean.
What, from a lift?
Yeah, basically.
Happens all the time, doesn't it? Driving along with your kids. Oh, I'll pick this complete stranger up now and take him back to his home address where I don't even know where he is.
And I was just coming back along, saw him, and he said, like, which way are you going? And I was going back onto the 423.
And what were you doing in Barry?
I've just come out and about. I always come out and have a look around.
This fella's told me a different name.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so I want to confirm who you are.
Yeah, okay,
all right, once I sorted out who you are, job done, you're on your way, all right?
Despite the baby mother saying the man's Paul Matthews, PC Lightfield still doesn't believe that's who he really is. And luckily, he's got a trick of his own up his sleeve.
What I did then was a voters and an address check on her.
Good.
Which gave me an address in City Gardens, and I then did an intelligence check on that address, looking for any other persons who were known to the police who resided there, and they flagged up them with his details.
He's not Paul after all, or Dan, but Wayne. Wayne Bibben, another man wanted for failing to go to court.
Yeah, there's 3 warrants out for you, fella.
Nice try, Wayne.
Right. You understand that?
How?
How?
Because you wanted, mate, 3 times over. Came out good in the end. He was wanted for theft, he was wanted for bail offences, and he was wanted in relation to, believe it or not, a domestic assault.
It hasn't come out so good for the 2 boys. There's no way home for them now.
We can stick them in the back of the van, or the side bit, and they can go to Central, yeah? And obviously they can work out how to get back from there then.
They weren't too keen to have a lift back to Cardiff Central. I think they'd seen enough of the police for one day, so they managed to get some money off the other guy that was arrested by Buzz, who very kindly loaned them about 40 quid, I think. Which is strange for a complete stranger to lend somebody 40 quid who they didn't know, never going to get back. So again, it just pointed to the fact they obviously all knew each other.
You just called him D, innit? That's all you had to say, D. We just called him D.
He kept saying to me, what's his name? I said,
man?
I said, I don't know.
D. No more to it, but D, innit?
I said, I don't know.
You said Dan to them. They go to me, you said Dan, innit?
They're going to say that to you, innit?
How would they know my name's Dan? Don't you get it, lad? I said my name's Paul.
I didn't know you was in there saying whatever.
It don't matter, you don't say nothing.
They were asking me loads of shit and I didn't say anything.
Hey, don't talk, go home, man. Go home. Go home.
He kept saying to me then, what's his name? I went, I don't know and I don't really care. That's all he kept saying to me.
Why did you even drive this far up?
Because didn't you see him coming behind us?
No.
Yeah,
you should have just stopped and let me out. When I said stop, you should have just dropped me off, like. I would have jumped out the car like it's nothing, like.
Alright, I'll see you later. The 2 boys are free to go. The 2 men are not. Once a van arrives, the only place they're going is the local Nick.
Probably in a van, that'll be easy.
On this occasion, yeah, it was a good feeling to think, I got you. You know, nice try, mate. You tried your best. There's a bit of a jiggery-pokery going on in relation to the guy in the back giving me a different name. You know, that was obviously a problem for them.
10 out of 10 perseverance, eh, chap?
Whilst the 2 men are taken into custody, the drug dealer arrested just off the M4 has already arrived at the police station in Swansea. He's awaiting his search.
We're taken down to cell 2. We're doing a search.
We searched him, couldn't find anything obvious on his person or his clothing. And in all fairness, he appeared quite calm.
But cops are still convinced the man's got hidden drugs. It could be a case of anal retention.
People tend to hide things in very strange places, which is just in case, just to determine, because obviously once he's left alone in his cell, he then decides to unplug something and he could cause harm to himself. Let's just make sure he hasn't got anything and quickly quite thorough at that time as well.
We wanted to make sure 100% that his safety was considered first. There is a danger that obviously if those bags break within him, that presents a raft of problems. With that in mind, we took him to the local accident and emergency unit. where they x-rayed him.
Back in Cardiff, at the main police station, the methadone user caught driving illegally and his mate the hitchhiker are in luck. They're not going to be subjected to quite such an invasive search.
Happy you know what to do with that form now?
Just a cursory look in all the usual places.
He loves him. He's a rope assistant. Yeah. Oh, sorry about that. Sorry about that.
I'm not sure where one's for.
Me and my missus had an argument, that's what that one's for. As you see, she come and protected me straight away. But that's my point, and me and my argument with my missus, she got me nicked. Yeah. This is why I'm here, and she wanted to save my fucking life. Language, oh, sorry.
I think towards the end he knew his fate, and there was no point sort of being sort of cocky and blasé about the whole thing.
I was doing this one last night. Can you give me one next? No, this is one. This one. I was the one you in. I was in this one.
We see it all the time. The big bravado when you're dealing with them at the roadside, and as soon as they're in the cell and that door's about to close, they know that's them done and dusted for the day.
Cup of tea. You can? Can you make it, please? Yeah.
Wait, enjoy reading that book, alright?
I will. You know what? I'll come out there. Like Malcolm X.
He asked for a copy of the Codes of Practice, which is a good read in itself. it's a good start, good middle and a good ending.
Take care. Alright, mate.
It was good. It was a good stop. Like I said, we both obviously when the car came past us, we both sort of looked at each other and knew it was worthy of a stop. The fact that there's in total 3 warrants for the 2 people being executed, good result. Obviously took a bit of persuasion for the second lad, but thanks to him we had him in as well. So yeah, good result.
It may well have been a good result for Hanks and Lightfield, but as it turned out, it was an even better one for the driver of the car. Unbeknownst to him, he was caught on camera. His deft sleight of hand during the confusion of the arrest has gone straight to video.
And stopping someone, you're not mentally thinking, oh, he's obviously got something in his mouth. The wraps are so small, if you just he pushed them one either side, in his lower teeth, you're never going to know they're in there. He was speaking quite normally, and there was there was nothing to suggest that he was concealing anything in his mouth.
Or in other difficult to reach places.
Thanks. Can I have a person check now for the driver of the Cavalier?
Probably try and keep my third eye on what the other person's doing. It's swings and roundabouts, you can only turn up so much, you can't get to the bottom of everything, and it's just a clear indication of we can only crack on with what we see.
It's in the middle of the car. I can't. So in the middle of the car, right? Wait. There's 50p in the middle of the car. It's up my arse. It's up my arse. Yeah. Sorry. It's up the arse. I mean, it's in the middle of that, all right?
I've explained to him what's going to happen as well. They come in a van.
I'm stood next to the driver's door when he's talking to his son. I'm stood there all the time. Because obviously it was his dad, and they were discussing how they're going to get home.
Oh, yeah, I had to put it up my arse because I was going to get caught with it. I was going to get caught with it if I didn't. I had to do it in front of, but he was sitting there, and I had to do it there and then.
Can you get it out anywhere faster?
Pardon?
Can you get it out faster?
Oh, what, on my arse? Do you think if I could, I would? I can't get it out of my arse.
Give him the floor, innit? You're a diamond, Dad.
So, just wait out there now, guys. When the van turns up, we'll see if we can get you sorted then.
It's one of those things, isn't it? To be fair, I'm glad we didn't find it. We weren't the one who kissed it out. So yeah, that would have come back to me because he was my prisoner. So yeah, so all in all, it's worked out well.
In Swansea, the cops' suspicion that the dealer had pulled the same disappearing trick has been proved wrong. The X-rays are negative.
I'd seen that he was quite calm and quite arrogant. It almost was a case that you haven't found what I've got.
The cops have called in an expert to look over the car. Noddy, the sniffer dog. They're desperate to get to the bottom of the matter.
Richie knew there was something there. He knew it.
Are we knackered on the engine? It's too hot for it.
Unfortunately, Noddy can't do under the bonnet just yet.
You can't put Noddy on the engine, it'll burn his paws.
But he's got his paws on something inside.
Find it. Good boy, Nod. Good boy, Noddy. Noddy's given an indication on an area just underneath the radio. In a recess there, we found a small tobacco tin with a lump of what we think is methamphetamine in there, plus a Stanley blade and other residue as well. So that with the foil in there that he's probably used to smoke it or whatever he's done with it. The dog's given me a cracking indication on it, so I'm happy that's why he was rewarded on it with his ball, and that's all he works for, is that?
It's not a large find. PC Morgan still isn't convinced.
I think my gut instinct led me to believe there may be more stuff hidden.
There is more stuff hidden.
That's a nice place.
But it's not drugs.
It's toothpick.
How much you got a big mouth? Big toothpick like that. You carry swords in your car, I don't. It's not... Obviously, these people carrying these drugs, they're frightened of the police catching them, but they're also frightened of being done over by other drug users. And the passenger seat of the vehicle. No, put that out. Put that.
To go with the drug dealer's toothpick, a drug dealer's phone.
The phone going. 31 missed calls. 31 missed calls.
Nice.
We don't have any calls in a month. The phone was ringing probably because either he was in a convoy or he had his punters back where he was heading back to, wanting their drugs. There's everything on the streets at the moment, so heroin, cocaine, crack cocaine, then you've got your amphet and your cannabis. Different drugs react differently in your body, some will slow you down, some will speed you up. And it is a big problem in the area.
A policeman's gut instinct is all about knowing when someone has something to hide. In Cardiff, PC's Lightfield and Hanks are out and about again looking for just such people. And they might have found some.
There was a lady in a cocktail dress who was standing on the side trying to sort of, I think she was having a conversation with a guy in a tuxedo who was actually climbing onto the railway bridge.
What's he doing, you numbers? I pulled up and sort of shouted at this fella who had no shoes on, and he just ran off. He's jumping over the fence, but hear me. What's he doing? It's your boyfriend, is it?
Left his shoes and jumped over a garden wall with a drop of about 18 feet.
Get out, you now.
When I got to the wall, there was no sign of this guy.
He's gone.
For whatever reason, he just decided to leg it.
Is he your partner, is he, or?
Yeah, I haven't been with him long.
They were obviously coming back from town from a function.
He's probably hiding in the bushes by there, Dad. I went to the garden where this guy had jumped over. Darla went around the corner.
He's gone behind his houses somewhere.
The shoeless man has pulled off the ultimate party trick.
Do you want to come out, fella, or shall I get the dog in you?
Somehow, he's turned into somebody completely different in the bushes.
I could hear these noises, which I assumed was the guy going through the bush, but it wasn't.
Oh, hiya, mate. All right, how are you doing? Best you come out here, fella. And you?
Quick shine the torch sort of confirmed my worst fears, and I was presented with a guy with his trousers round his ankles and another lady with probably the same predicament.
Put your clothes back on and come out here.
Is in there?
No, there's a couple of having a bit of a moment in you.
Oh, in the bushes?
In the bushes, yeah. Pull your trousers up, fella, all right? Come out for us. Obviously, it's the police, you know, aren't you? Obviously. Fantastic.
And you, young lady, make sure you're decent.
Yeah, you carry on.
Still in the gardens, is he?
Yeah. Let's have a chat with this gent now.
All right, I'll leave you sort these two out.
Thanks, mate.
The amorous man's been unlucky in love.
This guy that we were chasing had gone in to these bushes directly behind where they were enjoying each other's company. He was probably horrified to being caught by police.
She told me she lived by there.
Does she?
Well, I was walking, I chatted.
Best shouldn't say anything for the time being, all right, fella?
Just saying,
I know, best shouldn't say anything for the time being, all right? All right.
I'll put it down slightly.
Is that better?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to take him up to the car, get some details off him in a minute. And I'll wait for the young lady to come out of the bushes. All right. I'll have to sign the torch, otherwise you want me to see where you're going in. They were out the public view. There's no way anybody would have ever known what was going on inside that hedgerow. Come this way for me.
Oh God, what's that?
What's that?
Oh my goodness.
I know. Come out the police car second, have a chat, yeah? What's that?
I'm not even dressed.
Not even dressed right. Dressed right for what? I've never had that in 10 years. I've never sort of seen that quite sort of, because I wasn't expecting it. I knew it was an area they frequented, but I've never, ever put a torch in a bush like that looking for someone that's seen that before me.
Normally I'm a working girl.
You never. I'd never guessed unless you had told me. I wouldn't even thought of it.
I know. Normally
that was definitely second.
Yeah.
We'll sort it out now.
Normally I'm a working girl,
All
right? But I've been out on piss tonight.
Is it?
No. Honestly.
I paid for your night today. Paid for your night today.
Just. What?
Grab a seat in there. Come on, we'll get it sorted now.
Okay, cheers, officer.
Have you got any identification with you?
I'll have a look now for you. I don't think I have, you know.
No? All right,
The world's oldest profession, sex for money, isn't illegal. Soliciting and curb crawling is, but there's not much evidence of that.
I didn't know I was doing anything wrong. I picked up a woman in town, walked back here with her. She said she lived by there. Next thing I know, I'm having kisses in the bush and you're pulling me over.
Gave me the old story that he'd met a girl on the way home from town and got lucky.
It's not the nicest place, is it?
Well, you know, she didn't want to go into her house because of her man, like, innit?
Honestly, sir, no. I was, because I don't know whether you noticed, yeah, but police come down quite heavy on the working girls and kind of put us out for a while.
Right.
So, I suppose you picked it up yourself. That is few and far between, hasn't you?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Bear me a second. Tango Mike 1-1, WA. Can I have a person check, please? Who's that gent over there then?
Sorry?
What's his name?
Paul.
Do you know Paul's surname?
No, I don't do surnames usually. I haven't been in trouble since 2007, sir.
Behave yourself next time.
Well, she didn't tell me. I just met her down up the road. Seriously, I did.
Yeah.
I met her in town.
Don't dig yourself a hole now.
No,
don't do it again. Take care. See you again.
I'm walking down here like, innit? And then you're pulling me over like, innit?
Well, you're not walking down here when we came across you, were you?
Didn't exactly pull you over, did I? Come on, I'm drunk.
Pull you over?
I'm drunk.
Right, shoot off.
Guys.
He was told, basically, don't do it again and go on your way.
Does the necessary drug search. PC Hanks is getting urgent news of a car that's failed to stop.
Have you got a habit, have you?
Yes.
Buzz.
I just
Suit.
It's a more important job for the traffic cops.
Right, okay.
And a lucky break for the woman.
All right, take care. Don't do it again.
Okay, thank you, officer. I
Ta-ra.
gotta go back down by the...
Yeah, I don't want to know.
All right.
Ta-ra.
Okay, we code 5 now from the docks.
What's he got, mate?
Black Audi TT.
Yeah.
Right. Off high speed. Looks like it's gone to ground.
Where is he?
Victoria Park, Cumberland East. We got called away then to a fail to stop in the city, which was impeccable timing, that was.
The thrill of a chase is often more about the result than the chase itself. In Swansea, now that nothing's been found on the drug dealer, the cops are more determined than ever to get a result.
That car wasn't going until the drugs were found. Door panels came off, the seats came up, everything came out. The pair of them, they're like a dog with a bone. They would not let it go. We knew there were drugs there, and it was finding out where.
In between Neath and Port Talbot, not far from Swansea, traffic cops Steve Amos and Chris Jones are on patrol. They're looking for people who might be using this back route to avoid being noticed. Like the person ahead, whose manner of driving has given the game away.
Our attention was drawn to the vehicle in front, which was sharp swerving of the steering wheel. A lot of unlit sections of road and a lot of steep drops and sharp ends on that sort of section of road all the way down to the town of Talbot.
Yeah, can you show me code 2? Could I have a vehicle check, please?
Shocking.
Oh, the shock.
There's either something wrong with his car and he's fighting to keep control of it.
The brake lights are, when the brake lights is flashing on and off all the time. Something drastically wrong with the car, isn't it?
He pulled over quite soon after the blue lights were activated, as soon as we came to the next small village and a safe location in order to stop him.
What? What?
The cops know immediately something is seriously wrong.
What have you taken tonight, mate? Nothing. Can I take your hands in your pockets? Turn around, please. Look at it, right?
Should you like the med?
Tango X-ray 43, could you repeat again, please?
Do you have any illness?
Yes, it's shown as PMC, also Richard Jones for that.
What's your name?
Darren Thomas.
Thomas. Is this your car?
Yeah. I'm not used to the country roads, if that's when I've come out a bit far to give them a gap, like. But...
You got a driving licence?
Yeah, yeah.
You all right?
Yeah, fine.
He was very unsteady on his feet. His head was moving around quite wildly.
All right, who are you?
The passenger being driven in the car is the man's son.
Get on the car there. All right, keep them on there now, right?
Yeah.
Have you anything on you shouldn't have?
No.
Any sharps here?
Yeah.
Like you didn't do on me?
No.
What's your father's name? Sorry? Darian what?
We've established it was the driver who was the owner of the car, wasn't it? Along with his 16-year-old son. What anything to drink tonight?
No.
Couldn't smell alcohol in his breath or anything, so we searched him and found drugs. Hands on the car.
Yes, sir.
Your hand in the back.
Hands on your back.
You're under arrest on suspicion of driving a motor vehicle on a road and whilst unfit through drink or drugs and also being in possession of controlled substances. For a prompt and effective investigation of the matters. You don't have to say anything. It may harm your defence if you do not mention them in question. Someone should later lie in court. Anything you do say may be given evidence. Do you understand?
Quite unbelievable that he was able to drive in that condition.
And what's more, he drives for a living.
He told us he was a bus driver, which, you know, it's scary really to think that, you know, he could have been driving a bus the following morning when he was quite clearly impaired.
Put your hands on the car, please. Go on there, right? Look straight ahead.
Jump in there, right? Manage what you had as you get in. All right? Yeah.
There is a roadside test for drugs the cops can do, but in this case it really isn't necessary, nor is a breathalyzer test.
It'd be no benefit to be had because we do that when people who is possibly marginally over the limit, if they're so clearly intoxicated or impaired, he's going to be arrested anyway. I don't know. Lost for words really, as a driving was absolutely appalling.
That was quite violent twitching, wasn't it?
Yeah. You could see when he got out the car, his senses and everything, he's got no coordination and he's completely off it, and to be honest, it's the worst drug-induced sort of condition of anyone I've seen driving a car on the road. It's absolutely terrible. To expose his son to such risk, because the road he was travelling on as well is you've got to have your wits about you to travel along it. At points on that road there's a sheer drop of perhaps 100 feet.
The son is getting a lift home, while his dad's got a doctor's appointment at the police station in nearby Neath.
To actually think that whatever's going on in his head will make him think he's okay to drive is shocking.
South Wales police deal with more than 100 drug crimes every week, with the traffic cops coming across their fair share of them. On the streets, they know the telltale signs to look out for. Like rented cars being driven by shady-looking characters at 2 in the morning.
It was a brand new plate Skoda Octavia. It's just a nice new car. The 3 lads driving it didn't fit the car and didn't fit the area for that time of night.
Thank you, 3938 Mercia Road. It's Alpha Echo 08, Juliet Kilo Mike.
Stolen, it's a Skoda Octavia Grey.
Whilst we were sort of looking at it, the vehicle just pulled to the curbside and the driver got out.
Yeah. What's the insurance?
We were thinking, what's this about then? And he approached our vehicle, we got out to speak to him and he went from there.
You're ragging around in it, somebody with clutches thinking on it.
And we realised that we were dealing with someone who perhaps didn't like the police.
You do what I want to do.
Oh, there we are then. Step off the road then, because while I'm here, I don't need to get run over, do I?
Is your licence in here as well, buddy?
Yeah.
Is your licence in here as well, fella? Is your Sorry?
It's all about board and efficient.
Right, is your licence in here, that's what I'm asking?
It's all about board and efficient.
Questions were asked, whose car is it, is your own car, etc, etc. And he said, it's a rented car, here's my rental agreement.
Sit tight. No, this fella here for now, okay? Sit tight. Watch yourself on the door, Jane. Okay, mate. Got anything in your pockets you shouldn't have now?
No.
Okay. Where are you living now?
Yeah. Around the corner.
PC Lightfield's come across one of the passengers before.
He's a prolific car thief. Years ago, he was a busy lad in relation to auto crime, drug use, burglary. I thought, they're up to no good.
The driver's up to no good, right under the cops' noses.
He was acting a bit furtively, spinning around, and I was like, look, just face the wall, keep your hands out of your pockets where I can see him. And as he faced the wall, I noticed that he took his hand out of his pocket, and he put his hands, both hands, on the wall, as if to lean on the wall.
Not disqualified? You mean disqualified in the past, or what?
You mean disqualified in the past?
As he put his hands on the wall, and I was looking at him, his hand opened, and out dropped this packet.
PC Lightfield hasn't missed the trick this time.
He was very, very discreet in the way in which he did it.
And he's got one of his own.
Thought to myself, right, we'll leave that there for 2 seconds, because the last thing I want to do now is lean over the wall and pick that up, and he's legging it down the road.
Okay, mate, at this point in time, you're under arrest, suspicion of possession of controlled substances. Okay, put your arm behind your back.
Yeah?
Come in.
What?
Stand still.
What the hell for?
For that item there, okay, mate?
That's nothing to do with
Just
me,
dropped
mate.
it out of your pocket.
That has
over the
nothing
wall.
to do with me,
Okay.
mate. Look
Put
at me
your
now,
hand
officer.
forward.
That has nothing to do with me.
Listen to me.
Can you prove it? Concrete evidence. But
Put
you take my hand out
Put
there.
your other arm behind your back.
That has nothing to do with me.
Put your other arm behind your back. Thank you very much.
But I don't think he thought, perhaps, that we were going to search him. I don't think, until the point where I had said, you're going to be searched now, can you put your hands out, take your hands out of your pockets. I think the penny dropped for him, and he thought, oh, hang on a minute. And that was the point where he decided to sort of get rid of it,
The man isn't happy. He's alleging he's been framed.
Can you set me up?
Just chuck it.
Just my hands on that then. And I'll be pressing charges.
Take a seat in there then, tidy.
Listen, mate, I pay tax to you, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm a law-abiding citizen, yeah?
Fine. Take a seat in there.
Fine.
As soon as you jump in, I'll let go of the handcuffs then. Thank you very much. Okay, as I was searching him there, he's with his left hand taken that out of his pocket and thrown over the wall. So he's under arrest for that matter at the moment.
Can you take these off now, or what?
Yeah, not until you get to custody, mate.
What do you mean they get to custody? There's nothing to do with me, mate. I'm gonna laugh.
What's his details, Da? What's his details?
Hey.
Sorry?
You mad you are, mate? That's fucking you off your box. Class A, you're off your fucking head, mate.
Crack is, he's been arrested on suspicion of possession of a Class A drug, okay?
Right.
Because of the fact he's in the car with you guys, or you're in the car with him, so the vehicle's going to be searched and you guys are going to be searched as well.
That's
all
not
right?
a problem, it's just I don't want to be standing in Cardiff because I live in the bottom.
Before we start, have either of you got anything on you shouldn't have in terms of controlled drugs, no? Okay.
There was nothing in the car to suggest they were going to do anything in terms of, there was no tools in the car, there was no, all the things you associate with people going to break into cars, houses, etc. But there was some empty bags by the driver's side, I think in the door pocket again. But there wasn't even traces. You knew something had been in there, but there was not enough trace of anything in there.
Just set me up, you what do I?
Yes, I'll take
It's alright, but isn't it? Oh. Trying to set me up, you?
need to
Officer?
more person checks when you're ready for the passengers in the vehicle.
Hello, officer. Are you listening to me?
Yeah, I'm not
Set
going
me
to...
up,
I'll speak
mate,
to you now
come
when
on.
we get up to the custody suite, alright?
Oh,
Sit
stop
tight.
Can you take his off, please, bed?
We'll take him off now when we get up the cells, alright?
Fine, the bed is.
Tango Mike 11, W1.
Idiot.
Where was your last story?
They're just looking for a van to convey one
I haven't
male
done
to
fuck all wrong,
from
officer, right?
0 to Morpher.
Hey,
Yeah, I'll just...
you taking a piss or what?
I could hear everything he was saying because the passenger window was open.
You're rude, you are, but let me tell you.
I'm
I'm gonna press charges against you, mate. You think you're being clever, do you? You watch. It's alright, mate. It's alright, officer. I said, you think you're being smart, do you? Trying to set me up, yeah?
Sorry?
You're off your head, mate.
I got better things to do than set people up, okay? I saw you with my eyes, but I wanted to finish a search with you before I picked the item up.
Say it again, sorry.
Okay, thank you very much.
You can say whatever you want, mate. You're off your head.
He was basically alleging that I'd planted the drugs on him.
Sit tight.
You're off your head, you are, but. So you're ignorant fucker, you are, now. Hey, think you're better than everyone else, do you, or what? Cut above the rest. Cut above the rest, is it, mate? Fucking snotty fucker.
Bit of abuse coming my way, which doesn't bother me.
I was only picking my girlfriend up.
Fine.
Yeah. That's alright, isn't it?
It's fine.
Yeah, well, what you want about it? We found paraphernalia or bullshit of mine. It's my word against you, is.
He bumped his gums in the back of the car for about 10 minutes.
The cops suspect the three men have been dealing drugs, and there might be some more to be found.
Jimmy may have gear on him.
I know.
If he's got it on, he may be down his drugs.
Well, I'm coming for strip search, can't
He's got to have it big time. He's off his face, innit?
Yeah.
I don't know who the front seat passenger is.
Dennis from New Police saying, if I bring them all in.
Well, we get a van, yeah?
Yeah.
Maybe a case of doing a search in the back of the van with, if he's all clear.
Yeah.
Our suspicions were that if we found nothing in the car, that potentially it was concealed elsewhere about their person. People who have a habit and are perhaps crack, heroin, amphet, they'll conceal that where perhaps we don't want to look.
There's one in the car there, the driver, who's in for possession of Class C. The back passenger is James. Buzz obviously knows him. Says he got a form for height and stuff on his crotch. So he might do a quick search in the back of the van before we stick Chummy and they go to Rumney.
Okay.
The passengers are going to be searched thoroughly.
Ease up and down.
Yeah.
Just stand by the cars. There's no child lock on. He's cuffed to the rear. But I just want to do a search with Jamie first of all. Jamie.
I'm only holding you because you look like you run faster than I can.
Take me a minute.
Takes his clothes off and takes his underpants down and bends over because you've got to make sure nothing's been put in places where things shouldn't be put.
Okay, mate. Let's have a look in your drugs. Hang on. Whoa. Let's have a look in there. In your drugs. In there? Yeah. Nothing in there, is it?
And it's not nice, but obviously it's a means to an end, so you try and get it done as quickly and as gentlemanly as you like.
The two men are clean, they can go. But the driver, who tried to hide the drugs over the wall, is going to the police station, where he'll be strip searched.
What a surprise.
Okay.
Same as it wasn't nothing initially.
Sit tight.
He got out of the car, he went to the van, and he still carried on bumping his gums.
While the driver bumps his gums all the way to the police station, PC Hanks is relieving him of his rented Skoda and his friends.
The options were we either leave those two guys down there walking the streets or get them out of the area and drop outside the police station.
All right. Okay.
At the police station in Neath, the bus driver on drugs has reached his final stop.
There we are, just round here.
Just in time for his medical.
Yeah, straight ahead.
When he was being booked in, he admitted to the custody sergeant that he had taken speed, which is a street name for amphetamine.
Another name is Whiz, for obvious reasons. The effects can last for 6 hours.
Thomas, right?
Yeah. Darian Thomas.
Still birthday again, Darian?
13th night,
13th of the night, 70, yeah?
As well as the amphetamine, cannabis was also found on the man.
The doctor carries out the impairment test. It's because they've got to satisfy themselves that the driver has a condition which may be due to drugs. So that gives them the power then, or us the power to request a sample of blood.
Now, watch what I do and do it after me, okay?
The tests are designed to check coordination, balance and understanding. Good things to have when you're driving.
Okay, I want you to close your eyes and I want you to think how long it takes for 30 seconds to pass.
Generally, he was unable to follow the doctor's simple instructions.
Am I supposed to put my foot down?
No. You're supposed to put your foot up like this, yeah? I want you to look at it and I want you to count loudly for me. 1,000, 1,001, 1,002, until you come to 1,030. Yes? Okay, go ahead.
I can't make balance.
Yeah. Go ahead. Look at it. Look at it and count loudly.
1,002, is that?
Yeah.
1,003, 1,004, 1,005.
Look at it.
1,006, 1,007, 1,008, 1,009.
Okay. Now, this time I want you to put your head back and I want you to close your eyes and I'll ask you to touch the tip of your nose with your index finger. Left. Put it down. Left. Right.
His finger to nose test, he was okay in that. He wasn't spot on because they just supposed to use the tip of their fingers to touch the tip of their nose.
The next one's no walk in the park for him either.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
He wasn't taking the right number of steps, or he wasn't doing heel toe. His feet were out of alignment.
Failure of the tests confirm he's under the influence of drugs. A blood test will now show exactly what he's taken.
The blood was taken by the doctor. It was analysed then by forensic scientists, and it came back with traces of amphetamine and cannabis. 0.3 micrograms in 100 millilitres of blood.
Luckily, the man only takes drugs recreationally, and not on weekdays, of course.
Yeah, but I didn't think I took that much. I just thought I was a bit sleepy coming down them dark lanes, and I just thought, I got to come all the way back down. And I thought, I'll keep myself up a little bit till I get that.
But I mean, you failed all those tests. Totally, completely failed them.
I didn't mean to, I? Obviously.
No.
I was some things were like if I used the right finger and things like that. Like I thought he meant something else. And I'm nervous as hell.
Yeah.
Were you addicted?
Huh? No, I stick on the weekends. Go out with my mates on the weekend and it's the end of that.
Unluckily for the man, his need for speed, or working man's cocaine, is going to cost him his job as a bus driver. A school bus driver.
Fine, yeah, I can go back to his house.
He stated that he carried out school runs, so driving children to school, which is quite alarming.
Equally alarming is the fact that it's not even the weekend at all.
So have a look at yourself and think about the responsibility you got, and you know what I mean? It was on a weekday when we arrested him, and he stated he had work the next morning. So within hours of that incident happening, if we hadn't have stopped him, he would have been at work the next morning taking children to school.
In Cardiff, the man found with the small bag of white powder is also being booked in. He still reckons he's being stitched up.
Well, thank you.
And then he got to the cells and he carried on again there. And he said the same things in the cells that he'd said in the car, and then he wound the custody sergeant up a little bit.
Would you like it? Would you like it?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Would you like it? All right. So.
You take him down, search him yourself.
Come on.
The sergeant's had enough. He's giving the man a choice: cooperate or go straight to a cell.
That's the option, is it? Yes. I think it's absolutely diabolical.
Now he's got no choice. He's going to be forcibly strip searched.
I am sober. And you're trying this again. I am sober.
Sit down by there for us, fella.
Speak of English.
Take a seat by there. Sit down.
Don't push me about that. You are pushing me, mate. Yeah, you put your hands on, yeah?
Sit yourself down. We'll take a seat. He was a bit boisterous, and I think he just threw his clothes off. Just want to check down your trousers now, mate. Bend over. Bend over.
Put your fingers in me.
I'm not going to touch you, mate. Just bend over. Okay. Yeah, it's fine.
Happy with them?
Lovely.
It's happening.
Not really. See you back.
He's got nothing down there that shouldn't be there.
When you calm down, they'll speak to you.
As you can hear, he's up and down, so he's obviously on some sort of substance now. Because one minute he's nice and calm and quiet, and the next minute he's off, mouthing off and performing. It's not an everyday event for me. He's just trying it on. He was interviewed in the morning in relation to the small bag of white powder that was found, and he denied that was his. He was bailed pending the drugs being sent off to the lab for analysis, and the result came back that it was indeed amphet.
In Swansea, they've been going over the drug dealer's car all night with a fine-toothed comb.
I think he felt confident and happy that he'd hidden it somewhere that we weren't going to find it. The determination level then was that, no, I will find it.
What's there? And find it, PC Morgan has.
Yes! Yes! Get in there! I knew it was in there. Get in there!
A small package of hidden treasure in the engine bay. Missed by the dog because it had been too hot for him at the time.
Right, what we need to do now is get it scenes of crime and shot good and photographed in situ.
Having spent so much time on that car looking for it, the elation was quite evident. And thankfully, at 1:45 we found it.
And see, he's so calm when we tell him. He may start sweating a bit. I think he thought he'd get away with it, didn't he?
Okay, well done, bud. Excellent. That's the only place I couldn't put the dog because the bastard thing was hot. How much do you find?
But just over 1 kilo.
It's genuine how you put him in leg?
No, genuine, it's not 1 kilo, it's just about, it's a sunglasses case, it is made full. Probably in the region of about 2.25 ounces, something like that. Perseverance and patience was worthwhile.
Ounce of heroin. Worth just taking a picture of those, I'm sure. Yeah.
What we've been told it is an ounce, a brown ounce of rock. So it's not bad, isn't it? So it's probably about top line, probably about 11 grand. No, from both.
It's been a successful but long day and night for the interceptors.
We were due to finish at 6, and we were still in work at 9 the following.